Once upon a time, near a bright sunny farm, there lived a tiny yellow chick named Cheeky. Cheeky was different from all the other little chicks. He loved adventure more than anything in the world. While the other chickens stayed close to the farm, Cheeky always looked toward the mysterious forest and wondered what magical secrets were hiding there. One beautiful morning, the sun was shining, birds were singing, and the wind was dancing softly through the flowers. Cheeky tied his tiny red scarf around his neck and decided today would be the day of his big adventure. The other chickens told him not to go into the forest because strange creatures lived there. But Cheeky was brave and curious, so he waved goodbye. The forest was magical and full of wonder. Butterflies sparkled in the air. Tall trees glowed softly and golden. Sunlight slipped through the branches. Cheeky looked around with wide, excited eyes. As he walked deeper into the forest, he suddenly stopped. Huge footprints covered the muddy ground. They were so big that Cheeky could stand inside one of them. Cheeky whispered what kind of giant creature made these footprints. Suddenly, the bushes shook loudly. Snuff! A strange sniffing sound echoed through the forest. Cheeky quickly hid behind a giant mushroom. His tiny heart beat faster and faster. Then a giant fluffy creature slowly stepped out of the bushes. It had soft blue fur, tiny little horns, giant paws, and a huge funny nose. Cheeky trembled with fear, but then the creature suddenly sneezed. Achoo! Leaves flew everywhere, and Cheeky rolled backward through the grass. When Cheeky looked again, he noticed something surprising. The giant creature was crying sadly beside a tree. A sharp thorn was stuck deep inside its paw. Cheeky felt sorry for the lonely creature. Even though he was scared, he slowly walked closer. The creature looked at Cheeky with gentle, watery eyes. Cheeky took a deep breath and carefully pulled the thorn out of the giant paw. The creature smiled with happiness and let out a cheerful snuffle sound. That was the moment Cheeky met the Snufflebeast. The Snufflebeast was not scary at all. He was kind, gentle, and lonely because everyone was afraid of him. Soon Cheeky and the Snufflebeast became best friends. They laughed together, explored the magical forest, and played games under the glowing trees. But suddenly, dark storm clouds filled the sky. Strong winds howled through the forest and heavy rain began to pour everywhere. Cheeky became frightened because the paths were flooding with water. The Snufflebeast smiled kindly and told Cheeky not to worry. Cheeky climbed onto the Snufflebeast's fluffy back and together they traveled through the dangerous storm. As they crossed an old broken bridge over a rushing river, they heard tiny cries nearby. Under a tree, two little baby rabbits were shivering and crying in the rain. Without wasting a second, the Snufflebeast used his giant fluffy tail like a warm umbrella to protect the rabbits. Cheeky guided the little rabbits safely through the storm, while the Snufflebeast carried everyone to safety. Finally, they reached the sunny farm. All the farm animals stared in shock when they saw the giant Snufflebeast. At first, everyone was nervous, but Cheeky explained how kind and brave his new friend really was. Soon, the chickens, cows, sheep, and rabbits all welcomed the Snufflebeast with smiles and cheers. The farm turned into a big, joyful celebration, filled with dancing, laughter, and friendship. That day, Cheeky learned something very important. True bravery does not mean fighting monsters. True bravery means understanding others, helping those in need, and making new friends even when you feel afraid. And from that day on, Cheeky and the Snufflebeast stayed best friends forever.